I don't know about you, but it seemed like summer just started. However, I'm already seeing a bunch of photos from my friends and their kids going back to school, which in real estate basically means the summer market is over and we're now transitioning into the fall market. So if you're thinking about buying or selling a home, how does that impact you as we go over these next couple months? That's exactly what we're going to be talking about on today's episode. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support. I really do appreciate it. If this is your first time here, hi, I'm Josh Alexander, your local Orange County real estate agent, as well as host of Orange County Housing Market News, your one-stop shop for all things Orange County real estate. So on today's episode, I'm going to be going over my monthly housing market update for Orange County for the month of August, and I'm going to be going over the 5 things that you need to know if you're thinking of buying or selling a house. So let's go ahead and get into it. Real quick before I begin, if you've watched these monthly updates before, you know that I deep dive into the data and these things can drag out for 15, 20, 25 minutes sometimes. However, based on the feedback I got, I'm going to start shortening these episodes to just give you the summary form of what you need to know. So if you are watching this and you've watched previous episodes, if you like this new format, please let me know in the comments, and vice versa. If you'd rather see all of that data as well as a summary, let me know as well, because I'm constantly tweaking these episodes to make sure I'm benefiting you as much as possible. So let's go ahead and get into the 5 things that you need to know about the Orange County housing market as we head into August. Okay, so the first thing you need to know is, what is the Orange County housing market doing right now? And right now we are in a hot seller's market, and it's been that way since March. There's multiple offers on the majority of properties, especially under the $2 million price point right now. Homes are going up in value, and we're seeing that appreciation happen month after month for 6 months in a row now. The second thing you need to know is the reason we have such a hot seller's market right now has everything to do with supply. Supply is anemic in Orange County right now. We're just hovering around 2,400 homes, where typically around this time we usually have over 6,500 homes. So we just don't have enough homes to meet the amount of demand out there. And even though demand is extremely low right now, supply is still lower. So why is it lower? One of the biggest reasons is that a large majority of Californians right now, about 87% as of the last stat I looked at, have interest rates 5% or below. So when people are locked into these low interest rates, they don't want to move unless they absolutely have to. So homeowners are basically stuck in their house right now. They don't want to sell because they know if they move to a home, even if it's the same priced home as they currently have right now, their mortgage payments are going to go up significantly. So they're renovating, they're staying in place, and they just don't want to sell their home right now unless they have to, because of some major life event where they're moving for a job, families expanding, something like that. So right now, that's not going to solve itself anytime soon. Until interest rates start going down, we're going to have a major problem with inventory in Orange County. So the third thing you need to know about is interest rates. Over the last couple weeks, we've seen interest rates start to creep back up again, where 7% is starting to be more of the average versus a couple months ago when we were looking at 6.75. Now, these are not huge differences, so overall, the fluctuation in interest rates has really come down to about 6.75 to 7.2, and we've been hovering in that range over the last couple weeks, so they are still relatively stable. However, they are still very high compared to what a lot of people are used to. And again, like I said before, with the supply side of things, unless we see interest rates start coming down, you're just not going to see supply hit the market. Now, when will interest rates come down? It's extremely hard to predict right now. When inflation goes down, interest rates tend to follow. However, inflation has been going down, and interest rates are just kind of stuck at the level they are right now. However, it's important to know that over the next 12 months, almost all of the major institutions are predicting that mortgage rates will start to go down. And there's a good chunk of experts predicting that as we head into 2024 and go through the year, that we should start seeing interest rates hopefully back in the 5 handles again instead of the 7 and 6s. So interest rates over the long term look like they are going to continue going down. However, over the next couple months, I don't really expect them to go much lower than maybe 6.5%, because there's just too much uncertainty in the market still, even with inflation falling, because job creation is still happening, unemployment is still low, and the feds are just not convinced that the inflationary period is over, so they're still trying to do everything they can to contain inflation, and this is having a lagging effect on interest rates, making them stay high for a longer period of time. So the fourth thing that you should know about in Orange County if you're thinking of buying or selling a home is that what should you expect to happen with both supply and demand over the next couple weeks and even months? Well, typically this month we're going to see inventory peak. So as kids go back to school, people that have had their homes on the market that were unsuccessful in selling them are usually going to start taking them off the market. And at the same time, you're going to start seeing less and less homes hit the market every single week because, again, a lot of families just don't want to try to move as the beginning of the school year starts. They either did it in the summer or they're going to wait till winter break or most likely next summer before they decide to place their home on the market again. So inventory from here on out over the next couple weeks should peak and should start going down. And same thing with demand. Demand has been going up slightly over the last couple weeks. However, again, because people don't want to look for homes when their kids go back to school, you should start seeing demand decline as well. So as supply and demand decline, it really just means that less transactions are going to be happening in the Orange County housing market. But when it comes to prices, right now, I just don't see any way that supply is going to get higher than demand. So expect there to be competition in the marketplace. Expect that seller's market to continue over the next couple months because supply is still going to be lower than demand as we head into fall. So the fifth and final thing is, what is my recommendation for both buyers and sellers? Okay, so let's go ahead and start with the buying side first. So buyers, if you're thinking of purchasing a home, like I said before, inventory is about to peak, which means right now you have the most amount of homes to choose from, and over the next couple months, those choices are going to start going down. So if you're thinking about getting into the market and you want to have a lot of options, now is a good time to start looking before people pull their homes off the market as more and more kids head back to school. The only way that's going to change significantly is if interest rates dropped by 1% or more, and then you'll start to see more and more homeowners put their house on the market, even in an off season, because they've just been waiting for rates to drop, so that way they can sell their home, move into a new home, and the payments aren't going to be as significantly different. But I don't see that happening this year, so most likely what you're going to see is inventory peaking in the next couple weeks and going down from here. So get that pre-approval, get out in the marketplace, start looking for homes. If you can't find something you like, you're going to need to be patient. It could take you a month, 2 months, 3 months for that perfect home to pop up, but when it does, you need to be pre-approved and ready to go because it's still competitive out there, and if you're just waiting for it to pop up before you go through all the other processes to get your ducks lined up, then when that home pops up, by the time you get the pre-approval, by the time you contact an agent, that home is most likely going to be in escrow and you're going to miss out on it. So if you're thinking of buying a home in the next couple months, start that process now, even if you can't find something you like, so you are ready to go and you can take advantage if that perfect home does pop up. So on the selling side of things, sellers, the best time to sell your home is traditionally always going to be spring, followed by summer, followed by fall. And like I said, right now we are in the middle of that transition between the summer and fall market. Kids are going back to school already. However, not all of them have gone back to school. So you really have about a 2 or 3 week window where those buyers that are looking to move into a home before school starts are still actively looking for homes. Once the end of this month hits, all of those families are going to be stuck and staying put and not looking for homes until next year most likely. So if you're thinking of selling your home, get your house on the market as soon as you can to take advantage of those additional buyers. Now, like I also said, the seller's market is not going away anytime soon. So even if you can't get your house on the market right now, as long as you get your house on the market in the next couple months, you price it correctly, it's updated, it's move-in ready, in a good neighborhood, you're going to have a lot of traffic and you're going to be able to sell your home for a great price. However, it's going to be harder and harder and take longer and longer to sell your house as we head through the fall market. So again, still, the sooner you can get it on the market, the more chance of success you're going to have as we head through the rest of the year. If you're finding this information useful and you have some additional questions about the housing market, I'd be happy to have a conversation with you. Depending on where you're watching this, look in the notes below, look in the link in my bio, and there's a link you could click in there to schedule a 30-minute call for a time that's convenient for you, and we can go over any questions that you might have about buying or selling a home. And if you have any family or friends that also can find this useful, please consider sharing it as well. I would really appreciate it. And again, if you have a second to let me know in the comments if you like like this quicker format, or if you'd prefer I get more detailed into the numbers with you, please leave that comment below, because I'm always looking to craft these episodes to make it as useful as possible for the audience. So again, let me know in the comment sections below, and until next week, stay healthy, stay happy, and I'll see you on the next show. Bye, everybody.